Namaste. Welcome all of you. This is our 10th lecture in the series of online lectures. See, if you have seen my earlier lectures, especially lecture number 9, then only you will be able to understand what we are learning these days. See, this is a step-by-step process towards the success. Okay, this is a knowledge khazana. We are learning bookkeeping and accountancy standard 12. What did we learn in our last lecture? See, we are learning partnership final accounts, and in our last lecture we learned how to do the marking and noting for the posting purpose while solving the illustration or while solving the problem. How the marking and noting can be done, that we have learnt in our last lecture. We are learning to solve illustration number 1 from page number 23 to 27. And what we will learn in today's lecture? In today's lecture we will all solve the problem illustration number 1, and before that we'll also see the steps to solve the problems. See, which are the steps to solve the problem? First of all, to prepare the necessary accounts including working notes. Okay, you have to prepare the necessary accounts. Which are the necessary accounts? Trading account, then profit and loss account. If it is asked in the problem, then you also have to complete partner's capital account. Maybe in the, it has two methods, right? If whatever method has been asked, you have to prepare according to that method. Okay, then including working notes and balance sheet. Okay, so these are the necessary accounts. These are the necessary accounts you have to prepare. Place some mark on trial balance items for external as well as internal adjustments. So in our last lecture we have learned how to place the mark on the trial balance items. For the external means external and internal adjustments. Internal adjustments mean hidden adjustment. See, in our lecture we had seen, in this illustration we had seen there are two internal adjustments, there are two hidden adjustments, and external adjustments means the adjustments given below the trial balance. Adjustments given below the trial balance are external adjustments, and internal adjustments mean hidden adjustments. See, in illustration number 1 there are two hidden adjustments. Which are the two hidden adjustments? One is for investment, 10% investment, right? So investment had hidden adjustment, and the another adjustment was on advertisement expenses, right? Advertisement expenses were paid for 9 months. So there were two hidden adjustments. So you have to mark on the trial balance. Go through the trial balance items and give only one accounting effect sequentially. See, for the trial balance items, you have to give only one accounting effect. Then go through the adjustments and give two accounting effects. For the adjustments which are given below the trial balance, give two accounting effects. Then close the ledgers in the working notes except capital. Except capital, close all the ledgers, and also close the working notes. Why except capital? Because you have to transfer the net profit or net loss to the capital account, right? So close all the ledgers. Then find gross profit, net profit, and transfer it to individual capital accounts. Find gross profit from trading account, net profit from profit and loss account, and transfer it to individual capital accounts of the partners. Find the closing balance in the capital and transfer it to the balance sheet. See, as you are learning the partnership final accounts, it is always expected that you should prepare the partner's capital account, right? Either by fixed method or by fluctuating method. After trial balance, after trading account, you have to prepare profit and loss account. Then you are expected to prepare partner's capital account, and then you are expected to prepare balance sheet. But in our illustration number 1, this step has been omitted, right? Partner's capital account is prepared in the balance sheet itself for the illustration number 1. Okay, but actually you should go in this way. Then tally the balance sheet. Okay, whatever balances are there in the liabilities and assets side, you have to tally them. Okay, so balances must get tallied. See, we have already seen the adjustments regarding bad debts, RDD, discount and reserve for discount on debtors and creditors. These were the important adjustments which we had seen in our last lecture. And other more adjustments regarding bills receivable, bills payable, bad debts, RDD, and discount and reserve for discount on debtors and creditors. These are also very important adjustments and which we have learned in our last lecture. Okay, wherever you think it is necessary, you need to note it down. You can pause the video and you can note it down in your notebook. See, now we are going to start to solve illustration number 1, that is of Daya and Kshama. We have already done the posting. See, I had told you to make one more column for marking down or for posting purpose. You have to write. I have already taught you how to post it, how to note it down. This is called as noting down, right? See, we have already learned how to note down the items. This is for the, see, this noting down is for this noting down is for trial balance items, right? And this noting down is for trial balance as well as for adjustments. Okay, see, we have noted down against every adjustment also. There are two effects. Okay, for every adjustment there are two effects, and we have noted down both effects for against each adjustment as well as for whatever the effects are there. We have noted against the trial balance items. Right now, let's start to solve the problem. What is the first step? Prepare the trading account, profit and loss account, partners capital account, balance sheet and working notes. Okay, for that we have drawn the format, that is the ruling. See, this is the format or ruling we have drawn in the books of Daya and Kshama, trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019. See, two sides, debit side and credit side. Particulars amount rupees, particulars amount rupees. This is for debit side, this is for credit side. See, for each business there is opening stock, purchases generally and sales, okay, and closing stock. See, these are the basic items which I have already noted down over here. This is the good practice. You can start solving any problem by writing down these 4-5 things at least. Okay, then for the balance sheet, see, balance sheet, for the balance sheet it is always written as balance sheet as on the date, as on the specific date, the end date of the accounting year. There are again two sides, liabilities, asset side. This is the inner column. See, this is the inner column for the amount and this is the outer column for the amount. Why inner column for the amount? See, if there are any adjustments, any additions, subtractions are there, then you can calculate in the inner column. And the final total you have to write in the outer column. See, this is the outer column entire, which is in cream yellow color, and in orange color it is a inner column, and this is in green color, light green color, they are the items post where we have to post it down from the trial balance and from the adjustments, hidden adjustments and external adjustments. Now for the in the liability side there is capital. Below the capital you have to write down the capital of the partners. Okay, then general reserve, long term liabilities, some long term liabilities will be there, current assets. See, these are the basic items of the liability side. And for the asset side, fixed assets, investments and current asset. Okay, so you can note down at least these headings. Okay, and what you can post the items, respective items accordingly. Okay, for example, fixed asset, machinery, building, land, motor car, right? So you can post the items in the fixed asset category. Similarly for investment, and many of the items comes into the category of current asset. Okay, so we will start to solve the problem. I have taken a screenshot of the problem, and along with whatever marking we have learnt in our last lecture, along with that I have pasted that screen also. So it would be easy for us to transfer down, right? To post it down. Let's start. Now let's start to solve. First of all, we have made the ruling in the books of Daya and Kshama, trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2019. Okay. So, what is the first entry? As per the trial balance, debit side will see first it is stock, that is first April 2018 opening stock. So what is the amount of opening stock? Trading account debit side we have tried the amount 65,000. Okay, then what is the next entry? Okay, we will do one by one as we are finding the entries over here in the trial balance. First it is opening stock, we have done. Okay, then bills receivable, it will go to the asset side of bills receivable asset side, right? So bills receivable, it is a current assets. So see, first of all, what we have to do, see, basically opening stock must be there everywhere, purchases should be there. So you can write opening stock, below that purchases, trading account credit side buy sales, and by closing stock. These are the by default items, you can write them down. And for the balance sheet, see, all the items comes under these categories: capital, to the liability side capital, general reserve, and long term liabilities, and the asset side fixed assets, investments, and current asset. Okay, so bills receivable, for the second entry of bills receivable, it is an asset. So what is the amount of bills receivable? See, trading account for the stock rupees 64,000, there was no any adjustment. See, there is no any adjustment, so we have written it in the outer column. Opening stock rupees 65,000, we have written in the outer column. Next, bills receivable. Bills receivable, it is an asset. One adjustment is over there, so we'll write this much of amount over here, 28,000, right? So bills receivable 28,000. Then third entry, wages and salaries. See, there is no any adjustment against wages and salaries. Wages and salaries, no any adjustment. It will go to the trading account debit side. Wages and salaries trading account debit side rupees 9,000. We'll write over here to wages and salaries. Why it will go to the trading account? Because wages word is given first, so it will go to the trading account. How much? There is no any adjustment against wages and salaries, so rupees 9,000 will get debited to the trading account. Okay, then sundry debtors. See, sundry debtors, it is an asset. Okay, so we will write to the which kind of asset it is? It is current asset. So we will write sundry debtors amount 1,32,500. Okay, because there are 4 adjustments, so we'll write the first adjustment over here, first entry which is given in the trial balance, that is sundry debtors asset 1,32,500. Okay, then bad debts. See, bad debts, as per the formula in profit and loss account debit side, as per the formula. Okay, so profit and loss account debit side, we write somewhere over here. Okay, what it is? Bad debts. Okay, how much of bad debts are there? Bad debts are rupees 1,000. Okay, in the inner column, because there are adjustments. Okay, bad debts inner column 1,000 rupees. Then purchases. Okay, we'll go to the purchases. Where purchases will come? Trading account debit side rupees 1 lakh. There is an adjustment, right? We have made a dot, so purchases 1,48,000 and 1,48,000. Okay, purchases are there. Okay, we have made the entry. Then motor car. Okay, motor car is an asset, fixed asset, so we can write over here motor car. Okay, how much of amount of motor car it is? Rupees 6. See, there is no any adjustment against motor car. Okay, so rupees 68,000 is the motor car. Then machinery. Okay, machinery is again an asset. Machinery. How much of amount of machinery do we have? There is an adjustment, right? So we write it in the inner column. 1,14,800. Machinery 1,14,800. There is an adjustment. Then audit fees. Audit fees, profit and loss account, debit side. So we write somewhere over here. Audit fees. How much of amount? 1,000. See, there is no adjustment against audit fees. Audit fees, profit and loss account debit side, 1,000 rupees 1,200. There is no any adjustment. Okay. Then sales return. See, what we have to do for the sales return? We have to deduct that much amount from sales. Okay. So we will write somewhere over here less sales return. Okay, less sales return. Okay, sales return. How much of amount of sales return it is? Rupees 2,000. So we'll write it in the inner column, rupees 2,000. Okay. Then next, discount. Discount, it is on the debit side of trial balance, right? This is the debit side of trial balance. Discount of rupees 2,300. So we write it to the profit and loss account debit side. Discount. How much of amount of discount? 2,300 rupees discount we gave, right? There is no any adjustment. Profit and loss account debit side. Then building. Building is an asset. Okay. So, but against building there is an adjustment, right? So we'll write over here building in the balance sheet. Okay. Liabilities, assets. Okay. Building adjustments we have written 75,000. Okay. Then cash at bank. What is cash at bank? Cash at bank is a current asset. So we can write at the end also. Cash at bank. How much of cash at bank is there? 12,000 rupees. 12,000. Then 10% investment. See, for the 10% investment, what we will do? We write over here. It is an hidden adjustment. See, always remember, for the hidden adjustment, you have to solve immediately because there is a chance that we may forget it. Okay, for the hidden adjustment, we have to solve immediately. But for these adjustments, additional adjustments, we can read them later on. Okay, and we can solve also. But for the hidden adjustment, as there is the possibility of forgetting, we have to solve it, record it immediately. So, what is the investment? What comes under the investment? 10% investment. Okay, 10% investment. What is the value of 10% investment? 10% investment, rupees 20,000. Okay, and what did I tell you just now? See, why there is hidden adjustment? Because we haven't received any interest on that investment. So the entire interest of 12 months of the entire year at the rate of 10% is due. It is accrued. Okay, so we'll write over here add interest accrued. Okay, add interest accrued. How much of interest has been accrued? At 10% of on 20,000 it is rupees 2,000. Okay, so then So see, immediate always develop the habit of writing the total on the outer column. If it is finished, if this calculation has been finished, then generate the habit of writing it on the outer column. So how much of how much is the total? 20,000 plus 2,000, it is 22,000. Okay, for the investment we have done the adjustment. What is the adjustment? We have added to the, see, for the 10 rupees interest of rupees, accrued interest rupees 2,000 we have recorded on the asset side. So this we have finished. Okay, and again we have to record it to the profit and loss account credit side. Interest accrued, profit and loss account credit side. Interest on investment, how much it is? Rupees 2,000. Okay, then advertisement expenses paid for 9 months. First of all, it is a expense, so we have to write it to the profit and loss account debit side. Profit and loss account debit side we have to write advertisement expenses. How much are our advertisement expenses for 9 months? 4,500. See, there is an adjustment because 3 months advertisement expenses we have to pay. Okay, so we'll calculate the advertisement expenses for 3 months. How to do it? Let's write in some working note. Working note. Okay, working note number 1. For what it is? For calculation of, develop the habit same as I am doing, calculation of advertisement expenses. Calculation of calculation of which advertisement expenses? Outstanding, right? Those are the outstanding because we have not paid the advertisement expenses, right? We'll do. See, how much was the advertisement expenses for 9 months? For 9 months, okay, for 9 months the advertisement expenses were rupees 4,500. Then what is the amount for 3 months? For the 9 months, for the 9 months the advertisement expenses were rupees 4,500. Then how much of advertisement expenses would be there for 3 months? For 3 months we have to calculate. Okay, how we will calculate it? How we will calculate it? We will do the cross multiplication. How we will do the cross multiplication? 3 into 4,500 divided by 9. Okay, what comes to the 3 into 4,500 by 9? See, how can you do it simply? How can you do it? 3 divided by 9 into 4,500. See, 9 5s are 45. So 9 5s are, what will come here? 5. Okay, 9 5s are 45. So what will come? 3 into 500, it is 1,500. So what is the amount? It is 1,500 for 3 months. Okay, so 3 months advertisement expenses are still outstanding. Okay, so it is a liability. Okay, so advertisement expenses 4,500 we have paid, but 3 months advertisement expenses, what is a liability that we have to pay, and we have to mention 3 months advertisement expenses over here, right? And outstanding advertisement expenses. What are the outstanding advertisement expenses? Rupees 1,500. rupees 1500. So what is the total of 4500 and 1500? It is 6000, right? So 6000 advertisement total advertisement expenses are there. Okay, and where it will second effects will go, it will go to the liability side. It is a current liability. Okay, so as there are current assets, there are similarly current liabilities. Current liability. What is the current liability? It is outstanding advertisement expenses of 3 months. What are the outstanding 3 months or outstanding expenses? 1500, right? Okay, then royalties. Royalties I had told you, trading account debit side. Trading account debit side. To royalties. Okay, how much of royalties are there? 3000. Okay, next, see, we have solved the debit side of trial balance. Now general reserve. General reserve is a liability, so where it will go? Balance sheet liability side. General reserve rupees 14,500. There is no adjustment. 14,500. Then capital. Capital again, partners capital liability side. Okay, so capital of whom? Daya. How much of rupees of capital of Daya is? 1,60,000. See, 1,60,000. Some of them has withdrawn some goods. Let's see who has withdrawn the goods. Daya. Daya has withdrawn the goods. Okay, so we have to write it over here. Daya. 1,60,000 was the capital of Daya, and Daya has withdrawn. What Daya has? For that we will leave some space over here. Okay, so we will write the amount of capital in the inner column. Okay, then Kshama. 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 What is the capital of Kshama? 1,20,000. See, though they have brought the capital in different ratios, but they are sharing their profit and losses in the ratio of 1:1. Okay, they are not sharing the profit and losses in the ratio of the capital they have brought in. Okay, so always remember it. By mistake or by being in hurry, don't distribute the profit to them in this ratio. Okay, not in the 1,60,000 is to 1,20,000. Don't distribute in this ratio. You have to distribute the profit and loss in the ratio of 1:1. If it would not be given, and they would have mentioned that you have to distribute the profit and loss account in the ratio of the capital, then it would have been different. Okay. Now Kshama. Kshama has the capital 1,20,000, right? 1,20,000. Then creditors. Creditors is a liability. So creditors, we write over here. Creditors. How much of creditors are there? Creditors liability 98,000. There is no any adjustments against creditors. 98,000. Okay. Then reserve for doubtful debts. Okay, reserve for doubtful debts, it is rupees 1,800. It is what it is? It is given in the trial balance, right? It is given in the trial balance, means it is old reserve for doubtful debts. Okay, so we have to calculate it as per the formula in the profit and loss account debit side. Okay, it is an old reserve for doubtful debts, right? Because it is given in the trial balance. What is our rule? If anything is given in the trial balance, it is considered as old, and old reserve for doubtful debts must be deducted from bad debts. Okay, so where we have recorded the bad debts, here somewhere we will write reserve for less RDD old. Less RDD old. How much of reserve for outputs are there? 1800. Okay, in the inner column, because we have to calculate them as per the formula which I taught you, right? Then sales. Okay, sales will go to the trading account credit side. Sales, trading account credit side, sales value is rupees 2,85,500. Okay, sales the value is rupees 2,85,500, trading account credit side. Then outstanding wages. See, outstanding wages is a liability, so it's a current liability. Outstanding wages. Outstanding wages, current liability. How much of outstanding wages are there? Rupees 700. There is no any adjustment, right? This will also go to the outer column. Okay, outstanding wages. Purchase return. See, purchase return means we had purchased something from somebody and we have returned it. Of what amount? Rupees 4,000. So that much of amount we have to deduct from the purchases. So go to the purchase trading account. Purchases 1,48,000 less return 4,000. Okay, 4,000, amount of 4,000 we have to deduct. So it will be the total 1,48,000 minus 4,000. It will become 1,44,000. Okay, develop the habit of calculation of this thing, especially which are in the inner column, otherwise you may end in forgetting them. Okay, 1,48,000 minus 4,000 is equal to 1,44,000. And last item, that is discount. Discount is given in the credit side, means we got the discount, right? So it is an income. Discount means we got income, we got discount, excuse or discount for not paying. Okay, so that much of amount of discount we have to maintain to the profit and loss account credit side. Profit and loss account credit side by discount. How much of amount? Rupees 1,800. Okay, so far we have recorded all the things. Let's see once again. Opening stock, bills receivable, we'll see wages and salaries. Okay, wages and salaries, bills receivable, bills receivable 28,000 we have recorded. Then wages and salaries we had recorded. Sundry debtors of rupees 1,32,500 we have recorded. Bad debts of rupees 1,000. Bad debts of rupees 1,000 we have recorded. Purchases of rupees 1,48,000 we have already recorded. Purchases rupees 1,48,000. Motor car of rupees 68,000. Machinery of rupees 1,14,800. Audit fees rupees 1,200. Sales return rupees 2,000. Sales return rupees 2,000. Then discount Profit and loss account, debit side rupees 2300, discount rupees 2300, building asset side rupees 75,000, building asset side rupees 75,000, cash at bank asset side rupees 12,000, cash at bank rupees 12,000, 10% investment, 10% investment rupees 20,000 plus accrued interest rupees 2,000. Okay, here accrued interest will come to the interest on an investment rupees 2,000. Then advertisement expenses paid for 9 months, advertisement expenses paid for 9 months rupees 4,500. Then 3 months advertisement expenses, outstanding advertisement expenses for 3 months rupees 1,500. So total we have written of those 3 months advertisement expenses which is the liability, outstanding advertisement expenses 1,500 we have written. Okay, and royalties rupees 3,000, royalties rupees 3,000 we have recorded on the trading account debit side. Now general reserve we have recorded, general reserve rupees 14,500, right? Then capital of Daya 1,60,000, capital of Kshama 1,20,000, creditors of rupees 98,000. Okay, RDD in the formula we have just recorded it, less old RDD rupees 1,800. Then sales trading account credit side rupees 2,85,000, 2,85,500 sales. Outstanding wages liability rupees 700, outstanding wages liability rupees 700. Purchases return less from the purchases rupees 4,000, right? And discount per profit and loss account credit side rupees 1,800. Okay, so far we have completed all the items which are given in the trial balance. Now let's move to the additional adjustments. Closing stock rupees 40,000. Okay, closing stock rupees 40,000. Adjustment will come to the recording will be done on the two sides, assets and trading account credit side. Okay, closing stock rupees 40,000. Closing stock rupees, outer side no adjustment, closing stock rupees 40,000. Okay, then and second adjustment will be at the asset side, right? Asset side closing stock. Okay, it is a current asset, so we can write that item. It would be everywhere, right? So closing stock rupees in each problem 40,000. Then two adjustments of the closing stock we have done, here 40,000 and here closing stock 40,000. Okay, good. Then depreciate building and machinery at 5%. Building and machinery, first of all we will depreciate building at 5% and machinery at 3%. See, building at 5%, machinery at 3%. Depreciation, building less depreciation at the rate of building at the rate of depreciate building at the rate of 5% and machinery at the rate of 3%. Building at the rate of 5%. Okay, so what is the amount of building? 75,000. So how to calculate the 5% of 75,000? See, 10% of 75,000 is rupees 7,500. Okay, 10% is 7,500. So how much would be the 5%? 7,500 divided by 2. 7,500 divided by 2, it is 3,750. See, 7,500 divided by 2. It is 3750. Okay, less 3750. Okay, so you have to deduct this much of depreciation from building at 10%. So how much would be the amount? 75,000 minus 75,000 minus 3750. It is 71,250. 71,250, right? Then machinery. See, again read. Machinery, depreciate machinery at 3%. Machinery at 3%. Less depreciation at 14,800 minus 3,444. 1,14,800 minus 3,444 is equal to 1,11,356. 1,11,356. We write it in the outer column. 1,11,356. Okay, this is the written down value of machinery and this is the written down value of building. Okay, but this much of value we will write in the depreciation, under depreciation. Depreciation. Okay, depreciation on what? Building, and depreciation on machinery. What was the amount of depreciation on building? 3,750. 3,750. And here machinery 3,444. So what is the total? 3,750 plus 3,444. The total is 7,194. Okay, so for this depreciation we have recorded two entries, right? Profit and loss account debit side, and we have deducted from asset. Now next, bills receivable included dishonored bill of rupees 3,000. Okay, what is the first entry? We have to deduct that much of amount from bills receivable on the asset side, and again that much amount we have to add to the debtors in asset side. Okay, or both the adjustments will, both the recordings will come in the asset side only, in the balance sheet. Okay, so bills receivable amount 28,000 we had already recorded, which we got from the trial balance. Now what they are saying, bills receivable of rupees 3,000 are dishonored. So we have to deduct less bills receivables dishonored. Okay, of rupees 3,000. Okay, so 28,000 minus 3,000 is equal to 25,000 is the total amount of bills receivable. Out of the bills receivable, 3,000 are dishonored. So what is the total amount of bills receivable for the date? It is 25,000. Okay, and that much of amount of bills receivable we have to add to the sundry debtors, right? That much of amount we have to add to the sundry debtors. Oh, as much of amount of bills has been dishonored. So add bills receivable dishonored. Okay, how much of bills receivable are dishonored? Rupees 3,000. So it is the total 1,35,500. Okay, it is again an inner total. Then goods worth rupees 1,000 taken by Daya for personal use was not recorded in the books of account. So first of all we have to record that much of goods, right, in the trading account credit side, because those goods were not recorded. We have to record how much of goods were there with us. Okay, so the goods must be recorded of rupees 1,000 because Daya had taken them for the personal use without entering in the books of accounts. Okay, but we have to repair the mistake made by Daya. So what we have to do here, trading account, see trading account credit side, right, goods worth rupees 1,000 trading account credit side. What he has done with the goods taken by Daya for the personal use. Okay, so we can write goods withdrawn by Daya of rupees 1,000. Okay, goods withdrawn by Daya of rupees 1,000, right. Then what is its second entry? As it comes, whatever goods has been withdrawn by Daya, it's his liability, right? So we have to write it in the liability side in partners capital. Daya. Okay, Daya less, because he has withdrawn the goods from the business, so we have to deduct that much of amount from his capital, right? We have to deduct that much of amount less goods withdrawn of rupees 1,000. Okay, it will become 1,59,000, right, because we are going to deduct it. Okay, then for the personal use and was not entered in the books of accounts. Then write off rupees 1,800 as bad debts. Okay, write off rupees 1,800 as bad debts and maintain RDD at 5% on sundry debtors. See, this is an again very important adjustment. So there are two things. Write off rupees 1,800 as bad debts. So these are the new bad debts, right? As these are the new bad debts, we have to add them. We have to add them in the bad debts as per the formula. New bad debts we have to add. Where are the bad debts? Profit and loss account debit side. Profit and loss account debit side. Add new bad debts. Write off means deduct. What is meant by write off? Deduct. Deduct that much amount of bad debts. What is the amount of bad debts? Write off rupees 1,800 as bad debts. These are the new bad debts. Okay, so we have to write off them. Okay, and maintain RDD at 5%. First of all, we do its two entries. First is profit and loss account debit side as per the formulas. Okay, and in the debtors also. Debtors, where are the debtors? Balance sheet, right? Receivable dishonored. Then see, one more adjustment will come before this. Write off 1,800 as bad debts and maintain RDD. But before that, there is one more adjustment. See, though this adjustment is given at the end or after this adjustment, but we have to remember that there is another adjustment, right? What is the adjustment? We remember this adjustment that we have not yet solved this. We have not yet finished. Okay. Goods of rupees 6,000 were sold, but no entry was made in the books of accounts. Okay, so goods of rupees 6,000 were sold. So we have to write it in the sales because actual real amount of sales must be shown. So we have to unrecorded, what it is called as unrecorded sales. Okay, trading account debit side by unrecorded sales. How much of unrecorded sales are there? Goods of rupees 6,000 were sold, but no entry was made in the books of account. So unrecorded sales were rupees 6,000. And what is the total amount of sales? Then what is the total amount of sales? See, 2,85,500. 2,85,500 were the amount of sales given, right? 2,85,500 less there are 2,000 amount of rupees 2,000 were returned, right? So the total was 2,83,500. 2,83,500 minus 6,000. Okay, 2,83,500, right, minus unrecorded, sorry, add, then you have to add unrecorded sales. You have to add unrecorded sales of rupees 6,000, that is equal to 2,89,500. 2,89,500, right? This is the final amount of sales. And its second entry, rupees 6,000, which were sold but no entry was made in the books of accounts. So those are the unrecorded sales. So the debtors of rupees 6,000 has been generated, right? Because we have sold the goods and which were not recorded, but the debtors were generated. So we have to add that much of amount to the debtors. Okay. So the second adjustment will come to the debtors, right? Sundry debtors we will add unrecorded sales. What I had told, other adjustments first. Okay, in sundry debtors these are the other adjustments. Other adjustments would be done first. So 1,35,500 plus 6,000 is equal to 1,41,500. One lakh 41,500. Okay, so we have recorded this. Goods of rupees 6,000 we have recorded, and sales we have recorded, and we have added to the debtors, right? We have also added to the debtors, and we had added to the debtors unrecorded sales, and we had also added to the sales, unrecorded sales. Now fifth adjustment which we hadn't solved, right? See what I had told you, whatever about the write off of the bad debts or whatever, that we have to do after these other adjustments. Okay, now let's see. Write off rupees 1,800 as bad debts. Now we have to write bad debts, right? So less bad debts. What is the amount of bad debts? Rupees 1,800. Okay. So what is the total? 1,41,500 1,41,500 minus 1,800 is equal to 1,39,700. 1,39,700. Okay. Now, what they are telling? Further, you have to maintain reserve for doubtful debts at 5% on sundry debtors. See, though they have written that we have to maintain 5% RDD at 5% on sundry debtors, but then also we have to maintain that on this remaining amount after doing all the other adjustments. Okay, we have to provide the reserve for doubtful debts. Always remember, reserve for RDD must be maintained, must be calculated on this amount, which is calculated after doing the other adjustments. Okay, so what is the amount? What we have to do? Less what we have to do? RDD at 5%. RDD at the rate of 5%. So 1,39,700 into 5%. It is 6,985. 6,985. 6,985. Okay. So we'll calculate 1,39,700 minus 6,985 is equal to 1,32,715. 1,32,715. 1,32,715. Okay. Now we have yet to do the only we have done one adjustment of this return of bad debts value and RDD value, but one more adjustment we have to do. What we have done? We just have deducted from the debtors, right? We just deducted from the debtors both the things, but we have to do its adjustment in the profit and loss account formula also, right? 1,800 are the profit and loss account where we bad 1,800 new bad debts we had deducted. Sorry, we had added new bad debts, and what was that? Write off 1,800 as bad debts and RDD again. RDD also. RDD was 6,985. Add new RDD. What was the amount? 6,985. 6,985. So what is the total of 2,800 and 6,985? 2,800. What is 2,800? Bad debts plus new bad debts, okay, plus new RDD, okay. So 2,800 plus 6,985 is equal to 9,785. 9,785. Okay. So we have done all the adjustments over here. Closing stock, we'll check once again. Closing stock, two adjustments we have done. 40,000, and in asset side 40,000 we have done. Depreciate building and machinery machinery building depreciation, machinery depreciation in trading account, profit and loss account, depreciation building machinery we have done. Then bills receivable 3000, both entries in the asset side. Bills receivable 3000 we have deducted from the bills receivable, and same amount we have added to the sundry debtors. Okay, then goods rupees worth 1000 taken by Daya for personal use. Okay, trading account credit side, goods withdrawn by Daya 1800, and in Daya's capital we have to deduct it. Less goods withdrawn by Daya 1600 was his capital, original capital, minus 1000 he has withdrawn. Okay, so remaining capital with him was 1,59,000. Then sixth entry we'll do first. Goods of rupees 6000 were sold but no entry was made. So in the sales by unrecorded sales rupees 6000, right? And in those much of amounts of debtors will get increased, right? So unrecorded sales rupees 6000. Then sales account sales, that is trading account credit side we have added in the sales, and in the debtors asset side we have added. Then write off rupees 1000 as bad debts. So after doing the calculations, after adding bills receivable dishonored to the sundry debtors, unrecorded sales to the sundry debtors, whatever amount we will get, we will have to deduct the bad debts, new bad debts, right? We have to write off new bad debts, that is 1800. Okay, from this amount, and whatever amount is remain, we have to calculate the reserve for doubtful debts at 5%. Okay, so this 1800 and this RDD amount 6985 we have to give the second effect in the profit and loss account debit side. Bad debts, new bad debts 1800, and add new RDD 6985. Okay, so far we have completed all the adjustments. And we do the total. Okay, see, basically if we just look at the amounts, first of all check whether you have calculated all the inner side amounts to the outer side or no. Yes, we have calculated this, we have calculated this, we have calculated this. Okay, so first of all we will see what is the total, which side amounts are always, basically the amounts on the credit side must be bigger, then only there would be the profit. Okay, and here it is obviously seen that the amounts in the credit side are bigger, so we'll calculate the total of this. Its total is 3,30,500. So we'll write this amount over here, 3,30,500. Okay, then we'll do the total of this here somewhere. It is 2,21,000. Okay, so we will deduct this amount 2,21,000 from 3,30,000. Okay, so 3,30,500, 3,30,500 minus 2,21,000 is equal to 1,09,500. 1,09,500. 1,09,500. What it is? It is gross profit. Gross profit. Okay. Now This is the gross profit, which is the difference between credit side and debit side. Okay, then what is the process? We my gross profit brought down. It is 1,09,500. Here gross profit, okay, 1,09,500. And what is there on the right side? We'll do the total. It is 1,13,000. Okay. One lakh 13,300. Okay, so I will do the total of this. First of all, I will check whether I have taken all the inner side items to the right side, outer side, or no. Bad debts, new bad debts, add new RDD, old RDD. Old RDD was 1,800. So this will come over here. Bad debts, add new bad debts, right? Add new RDD. This amount will come over here, and this 1,800 will get deducted from 9,785 less old RDD minus 1,800 is equal to 7,985. $7,985. Okay, would be the actual amount of bad debts. Okay, because bad debts we added new bad debts, add new RDD less old RDD, that is 7,985. Then discount we have taken to the outer side, audit fees we have taken to the outer side, expenses, okay, we have taken to the outer side, outstanding expenses for the advertisement, depreciation we have taken to the outer side. Okay, so we'll do the total of this. The total of this is 24,679. Okay, so we'll deduct this total. 1,13,300 minus 24,679 minus 24,679 is equal to 88,621. Okay, the amount is 88,621. Now this is the net profit, but we have to distribute this net profit to Daya and Shama in the ratio of 1:1, means equally we have to distribute this profit. So how much profit, how much, let's write this first. To net profit. How much is the net profit? 88,621. 88,621, right? It is the net profit. But we have to distribute it to Daya and Kshama in the equal ratio. So equal ratio means divided by 2. What is the amount? 44,310. Okay. See, and 50 paisa. See, it is an uneven amount because 50 paisa it is difficult to distribute. So what we will do? We will give 44,310 rupees to one and 44,311 rupees to another. 44,310. Okay. 44,310. Who has brought the more? Kshama. Sorry. Daya and Kshama. 44,311. Okay. Daya we gave 44,310. Kshama we gave 44,311. So this is the net profit given to Daya and Kshama. So we'll carry it to the capital loss of both of them. Okay. So Daya had brought capital of rupees 1,60,000. Goods of rupees 1,000 she has withdrawn. Okay. But we'll get the share of profit. Okay, we'll get the share of profit, that is 44,310. So what is the total of this and this? Will do 1,59,000 plus 44,310. 2,03,310. 2,03,310. 2,03,310. Okay, it is the total of capital of Daya to the date. Kshama had brought 1,20,000 capital and will give the net profit rupees 44,311. 44,311. So what will be the total? 1,64,311. 1,64,311 will be the total value of capital of Kshama. Okay. So let's check whether we have. Let's see whether we have already properly taken all the entries to the outer side. Yes, closing stock we have taken to the outer side. Okay. Now let's do the total of this. It is 4,82,321. Now let's check whether the total is same. It must be same. It is 4,82,321. 4,82,321 means our problem is tally. Very good. This was the problem. We have done all the marking. These were the working notes. We had solved trading account, profit and loss account. Instead of separately solving partners capital account, we have solved it in the balance sheet itself. Okay. So far our whatever we have solved is exactly matching and getting tally with whatever has been solved in the books. right? In the book, same as it is. Our gross profit was 1,09,500, right? Our net profit was rupees 88,621. Okay, it is also matching. Okay, then balance sheet, our total is rupees 4,82,021. Okay, in this way we have solved the problem correctly. These were the working notes. And this is the quiz for the day. This is quiz of the day 9. Where the effects of the adjustments bills receivable dishonored. If it is given in the adjustment, it is given in the adjustment that bills receivable dishonored, where it would be recorded, whether it would be added to the bills receivable, it would be deducted from bad debts, it would be added to sundry debtors, or it will be credited to profit and loss account. See, the options are quite jumbling, right? And the answer is over here only in the options, given options. Okay, adjustment of bills receivable dishonored, where you have to record it. Okay, see, this was the quiz which I had given in my last lecture. See, important adjustments under partnership final account. This was a quiz designed test modes. Very few students have solved it. Let's see how many students have solved it. Shravani, Manpreet Singh and Harsh Vengankar. And who got the maximum marks? It Harsh again. Very good Harsh. Harsh got 80%, right? Many of the answers of Harsh are correct. Only 2 answers are wrong. Very good Harsh. Shravani, you also have to study fast. Study hard. What we will see in our next lecture, what we will learn in our next lecture, partnership final account illustration number 2, which is from page number 27 to 30.